Welcome to the channel. My name is Piotr Kowalczyk, and in today's episode we are exploring two different techniques by using 4 trombones. Think about this. Music got its chord progression thing. We can express this chord progression by applying different techniques. Today we're exploring 2 of those. One is harmonic, another one is melodic. Right now we've got only one trombone. We need 4 trombones. We are gonna create individual tracks for each trombone. So Control, click on the trombone, duplicate. And now computer is gonna duplicate my previous trombone, you see? With the same music sample, which is very good. We work faster that way. Okay, so this is 3rd one and 4th one. Beautiful. Now double click on the first one, trombone 1. That's the fastest way to do it. Okay, so this is the way I like to duplicate voices. We need a rhythm section next. Okay, it's a good start. There is a great company called Ample Sound. Phenomenal products. Acoustic bass, generate acoustic bass, master volume, more microphone on the neck, ambient, less, body more. Let's generate some drums as well. This time we're going to refer to Easy Drummer, swing, pattern, basic jazz. Alright, so this will be just our metronome. Right, I'm just grabbing it, keep the current tempo, 120. Okay, let's just expand the amount of music. If I decide for the drum set to do extra punches, okay, I will just add them to the essence, no problem. Metronome, it's kind of loud, so let's just drop it to like minus 17 maybe, 14. 14, okay. So the metronome won't bother us any longer. Okay. All right, the next step, chords progression. I like to distribute the chords through horns by using acoustic piano. You select the piano and you create 4 voicings. And then you distribute those voicings through the trombone. So look very quickly. F minus 7, B flat 7. Okay. Now, once I have, let's just pretend that this is perfect. I just distribute those voicings through my trombones. One more. Boom. Okay. Then I go to trombone number 4. I go to my trombone number 4. And guess what? I'm gonna eliminate 1, 2, 3 voicings. And just leave the bottom one. This is how it's gonna sound with the piano comp. Piano and trombone 4. Okay, so right now, it's quite weak because it's only about one voicing. I hope you don't mind, but we're gonna speed the video up for now. But this technique stays and applies to all the voicings. You choose the voice you wanna keep, you eliminate the rest of them. After the work is done, we end up sitting with very clean voices. Trombone number 2, solo with piano. We go to the editing mode, and now it's a second voice from the top, which means the first one has to go, and the 2 bottoms, they have to go. So you see, once you get familiar with this system, first has to go, 2 has to go. First has to go, 2 has to go. Okay, you start working fast, so this editing doesn't hurt that much. We are gonna compare those 3 trombones. You see? Okay, so what we are missing right now is just trombone number 1. Okay, I like to travel with my piano track so I can compare them. If I need to compare them, I'm having that tool ready to go. All right, so now we've got top voicing, spread. Let's take a listen. So this is trombone 1. First with the second. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. The chords progression what we used for that example are F minor 7 for 2 bars, B flat 7 for 2 bars, E flat major 7 for 2 bars, and then I believe it's an F7. We'll see what happens. Okay? So this is how I control the harmony movement. Let's start with the bass. Here we go. Adjust. All right, so we've got the bass line, the chords progression F minus 7, B flat 7, E flat major 7. You could spice things up by adding additional tension 11th here, and F7 with tension 9 and 13. All right, now we are unleashing that piano comp. As you see, the piano right now duplicates what horns play. We used that track to come up with some kind of trombone harmony movement. Now, I can use it to comp actual piano. All right, so this is one way of seeing the approaching the trombone. The second way of doing the trombone is to use one trombone, create those chords by using one, and then distributing them through other trombones. So it's the same technique, but we are achieving it through the sound of the trombone rather than piano. When I look at my piano, I imagine playing trombone. For voicings, that's pretty much the highest I can go on the trombone. So I'm constantly thinking about how I'm gonna present the trombone. When I choose the sound of the trombone, I've got this physical proof of the sound this chord may create. You see? On the music and the player. When I train my senses on the sound of the piano, I kind of train my senses in a different way. When I use the trombone sound, the same thing, right? We achieve certain results, but through that nature of that instrument and the sound. They both keep us closer to be better in a creation, but they both kind of teach you about yourself in a slightly different way. Now, this time, instead of chords, with the trombone, we are gonna come up with some kind of melody line. Now I'm gonna duplicate this. All right. I'm gonna select both, hit E, and I'm gonna compare them next to each other. So I'm looking for unison octave, maybe close voicing. I would love to keep that unison for a while. Ba. So this is B accordingly to our page. This is the B. We enter the territory of B flat 7. So this is flat 7, F. Okay, I'm gonna duplicate this, and now we will compare 3 voices. So this is F, so here we've got flat 7, F, what stands for 5. This stands for 3, and one more trombone. This left hand, right hand technique, it's so powerful that we decided to create a video just for that purpose. So one of the future videos will discuss that approach. I really recommend that you watch it because it's very powerful to see all these voices under your fingertips. It's a beautiful thing to witness. Let's reharmonize this third note. So it's F minus 7, so this is flat 3. This is 1, 7. Here we go. Let's reharmonize. We are looking for close voicing. I can't use flat 7 because it's too close to the melody. Sorry for the trombone number 3. I don't want to stop my flow. So I'm gonna accept that noise right now. Wow. And so it's the same, you see what I mean? The same, so it's going to be the same, and when you think about what's happening, it's a one giant experiment. We don't have to be committed to one specific technique. We can just fool around with many. If something sounds already wonderful, what's the point of touching it? But you observe it in the context of that music and make final tweaks here and there. As you see, we make a lot of different choices. We try different things, options, and in the end, we're gonna keep something what works the most. Okay, so the first example came from the piano comp. When every single punch, it's a 4 voicing relationship. Okay, 4 trombones playing harmonies. In this example, we came up with a specific melody line. And then we start spicing that melody by creating a punctuations with chords. It's like we know the chords progression and we continue going through the motion and we arrive in a certain chord and we want to explore it. And there's a melody on top, but supported with harmonic movement underneath. And we've got those little sections here and there. Okay? The same thing here. And all of a sudden, we create like a in and out kind of situation. So let me show you, let's take a look closer how the close voicing works. If we concentrate on F-7 chord, okay, we are using right now chord tones. 1, flat 3, 5, flat 7. And the 1 is the repetition of the previous one. Now, the way we spice things up, let's just pretend that the melody, our melody is on top of 5th voice. Let's use the piano instead of trombone. So I'm counting chord tones going down. 5, flat 3, 1, flat 7, 5, flat 3, 1, flat 7. Okay, so that's the idea. To create 4-way close situation, we have to be aware of certain rules. Close voicing, which means they are condensed just a little bit in a much smaller space. How small? Well, I don't want to exceed the octave range. So if we do 1 octave, all the voicings, I will try to fit all the voicings between these two. Okay? When it comes to F-7, I've got melody on what indicates 5. And now I'm looking for 3, 1, and flat 7. Okay? So 4-way voicing. I didn't exceed that 1 octave range. Another thing what we want to be aware that we want this melody to stand out, which means any interval smaller than minor third, it's gonna create too much distraction. Major second. Too much distraction. There is not enough separation between melody and another chord tone or tension. So minor third, it's the smallest interval what we can fit under the lead voice. Since this is the minor chord, F-7, we are dropping that minor third into major third. The interval between these two, it's a major third. Okay, so that's the relationship. If I continue going down with the melody, I have no choice. To keep that relationship between these two in that distance. Sometimes minor, sometimes major, but it's based on the chord you're on and also the scale. Let's talk about pure voicing. Pure voicing is the voicing what's gonna include only chord tones. We have passing tones, we call them tensions, but pure voicings won't include them, so I will concentrate only on chord tones like we did with the trombone most of the time. Now, just remember, you can mix them up. You can use some chord tones and some tensions. You've got 4 different choices. If I think about mixing them up, I use some of the tension, some of the chord tones. In this example, I'm going to use 3 chord tones and 1 tension. So look what happened. This is our melody. I'm going to create flat 3 of F minor 7, which is chord tone. And instead of root, I'm going to play tension 9th. And then flat 7. I don't exceed one octave range. Everything sits between, and I spice things up by using tension 9th instead of 1, which is not a chord tone. So you see the difference? Okay, so everything inside 1 octave, the melody line, the distance not smaller than minor third between the top voicing and the second voicing, and you can use chord tones only, or you can mix them up. Just remember, when you start mixing them up, don't be too aggressive, because if you start using more tensions than chord tones, you kind of dispatch the sound of that chord into something else, and it won't feel organic. The way I like to work on voicings, because look, each instrument is on a different track, so it's hard to count it, right? When we start from the beginning, we are gonna concentrate on these. So this is look. This note, it's exactly the same. This note, it's exactly the same. This note is exactly the same. Okay? The bar, the line, allows me to put them in alignment to each other. Okay? So now, look. This stands for what chord we have. It's still F minor 7. F minor 7 continues for 2 bars. This is the second bar. And for minor 7 is the law. Okay? So now, if this is F, this is also a root in a melody. I have my hand on the piano, and I play F. The next chord tone is gonna be E flat, C, and A minor 7. Okay? So now I'm aware of it. So look what happened. Based on those voicings, I could drop line 2, give the E flat, line 3, C, line 4, A flat. Okay? So that's the logic behind the scene. I work fast. However, you have to be aware that the distance between F and E flat, it's only major second, which means I'm gonna skip using it. I can't go for D, because D, it's a tension 13. Tension 13 in a minor chord, it's very extreme. So I'm gonna drop this. The very next available chord tone is gonna be C. So automatically I start shaping my chord. Okay? I could go for F, but F and F, it's a 1 octave. It could be fun. So I'm gonna do a tension 9 on the bottom, if it works. So look. This becomes C. This becomes A flat. Let's just do F for now. I like it. So now melodic jumps to C. I can drop that C on a previous track into A flat because it's a major third. Let's keep that tension 9 for the trombone number 3. And of course, we could build some harmonic movement here. Okay? And continue expanding that music. Quickly, let's just do just that. So now, previously we deal with F minus 7. In this time around, we are dealing with F7, which is dominant 7 chord. And from the bottom, let's see. Yeah. We start hearing the chords progression even though the piano was muted. Okay, with the piano, it's even better. Okay, drum set. Just remember, we don't have to harmonize everything. The unison and octaves are beautiful tools to create wonderful punch or contrast or expansion of that melody line. We are going to stop now. Like any video we produce, this video includes a certain insight of the music arrangement, composition, your perspective, so on. I have no idea what you're going to keep from that or dismiss. But I know, I'm certain, that through each video you're gonna learn something. Something what it's gonna open another door for you. So please subscribe, like, and follow our channel. My name is Piotr Kowalczyk. I will see you next time.